a Parker territory manager who later became the president of Parker Seal, Bud Amon, who was president of 1977, I think, through 1981. Bud Amon was president of the Parker Hannafin Corporation. Bud was my territory manager. And Bud, when I was a salesman for J.N. Falver Company, I was just finishing my first year with the Detroit Lions. We had won the championship, and J.N. Falver salesman wanted me to go around to all their customers, and I was their PR guy for the first year following the championship season. But I knew enough about football that my career could end very quickly with a bad knee, and I asked to have my own accounts so I can start building some sales to support my own family. And John Falver called a sales meeting together with the 5 salesmen and said, 80% of your business comes from the top 20% of your accounts. The bottom 20% of your accounts you know nothing about. Give those to Roger. So I took the bottom 20% of the accounts and ran around, and of course they were big in power units, hose, fittings, and combo units. And they also had seals, but all these customers that they gave me bought seals. And in those days, the J.N. Falver Company's outlook was they wanted to be in the fluid power business, building their own power units and selling those to the customers. And seals were just an addendum to their whole product line. And I knew that I could make a living selling seals if they could make some changes internally within their company. Now, a lot of this, I got guidance from Bud Amon, so I ended up trying to convince Jan Falver to, change within his company, and he didn't. And Bud promised me the franchise if I would quit and start my own. So I quit Jan Falver Company, and Mom and I started the business in the basement of our house for the first 9 months. After that, things grew, and I was able to hire someone to run the office and then make sales calls. Because the first 9 months when I was out making sales calls and the customer would call and want some product that I had at home, I'd have to call my wife, and she would take some candy and some cookies and throw the kids in the car along with the parts and deliver the parts while I continued to make more sales calls. So that's how our business started. And in fact, even got to the point sometimes in those early days where customers that I would give parts to, and you're never really sure you can make any profit on it until you get paid. And there were times that back in those days where customers weren't paying their bills, and I couldn't pay myself the $100 a week salary in those days. But that's how our business started, and we ended up growing, and I could never fathom that we'd be as large as we are today.